The celestial realm vibrates with an intensity that pierces through the fabric of time and space, carrying a message of such profound importance that all of heaven stands at attention. 2 days remain before the cosmic scales tip, before the hidden becomes visible, before the careful constructs of deception collapse under the weight of divine truth. This is not merely another spiritual communication, but an emergency broadcast from the eternal throne room, where decisions affecting your immediate future have already been made. Your life stands at the precipice of dramatic transformation, though you may not yet perceive the magnitude of what approaches. The Almighty has witnessed every secret meeting, every whispered conspiracy, every carefully orchestrated move designed to undermine your progress and destroy your purpose. Nothing has escaped the all-seeing eyes that never close, never tire, never miss even the smallest detail of the intricate web being woven around your existence. The mighty warrior of heaven, Archangel Michael, has descended through the dimensional barriers with specific orders concerning your protection and revelation. His presence alone causes the forces of darkness to tremble, yet his mission extends beyond mere protection. He carries with him a scroll of disclosure, upon which are written names, dates, and events that will fundamentally alter your understanding of recent experiences. The unveiling that approaches will strip away illusions you have carried for far too long. There exists in your immediate sphere of influence one who presents himself as family, as brother, as trusted confidant. This individual has mastered the art of deception to such a degree that even your intuitive warnings have been silenced by the convincing nature of his performance. He speaks words of support while harboring thoughts of undermining. He extends hands of assistance while planning to pull you down. His smile carries warmth that never reaches his eyes, and his embrace conceals the knife positioned for your back. This person has invested considerable time studying your patterns, understanding your vulnerabilities, learning what moves you to trust and what causes you to doubt. He has positioned himself as indispensable, as reliable, as the one you would never suspect. Yet behind closed doors, in conversations you were never meant to hear, he has systematically worked to dismantle your reputation, question your character, and position himself to benefit from your eventual downfall. The Divine Intelligence Network has recorded every word spoken against you in secret. Each plan formulated in darkness has been illuminated in the courts of heaven. Every scheme designed to entrap you has been documented in the eternal records. The one you call brother has made agreements with others who share his destructive agenda, forming an alliance that believes itself powerful enough to overcome divine protection. They are about to discover how gravely they have miscalculated. But there is another player in this conspiracy, a woman whose influence has been particularly poisonous. She operates with a different strategy than your false brother, using emotional manipulation rather than direct confrontation. Her weapons are gossip disguised as concern, lies wrapped in partial truths, and character assassination presented as friendly advice. She has wormed her way into positions of trust through calculated moves that appeared spontaneous and genuine. This woman carries within her a deep-seated jealousy that has transformed into active malice. Perhaps she covets what you possess, resents what you represent, or fears what you might become. Her motivations matter less than her actions, which have been consistently aimed at your destruction. She has spread rumors with surgical precision, ensuring they reach the exact ears that would cause you maximum damage, while maintaining plausible deniability about their source. The spiritual atmosphere around you has been deliberately contaminated by these individuals and their accomplices. They have spoken curses disguised as prayers, released negative words designed to manifest as reality, and attempted to manipulate spiritual laws to work against you. What they fail to understand is that divine protection cannot be breached by human scheming, and those who attempt to curse what heaven has blessed only bring judgment upon themselves. You have experienced unexplained resistance in areas that should have been straightforward. Doors that seemed ready to open suddenly slammed shut. Opportunities that appeared certain mysteriously evaporated. Relationships that showed promise inexplicably soured. These were not coincidences or bad luck, but the direct result of spiritual interference, orchestrated by those who smile in your presence while working against you in your absence. The dreams that have disturbed your sleep recently are not products of your subconscious processing daily events. They are divine communications attempting to break through the noise of your waking life. The recurring themes, the familiar faces behaving strangely, the sense of urgency upon waking, all of these are heaven attempting to prepare you for what is about to be revealed. Your spirit knows what your mind has not yet accepted, and the tension between these two knowings has created the unrest you feel. Within the next 48 hours, a series of events will unfold that will validate everything your intuition has been trying to tell you. Conversations will be overheard that were meant to remain private. Documents will surface that were supposed to stay hidden. Technology will malfunction in ways that reveal communications intended to remain secret. The careful plans of your enemies will unravel with stunning speed, leaving them exposed and unable to maintain their charades. The divine judgment that is about to fall upon those who have conspired against you is not vengeful, but corrective. It serves multiple purposes: to protect you from further harm, to expose truth for the sake of justice, and to serve as a warning to others who might consider similar actions. The very traps they have set will become their prisons. The lies they have told will become chains around their own necks. The destruction they planned for you will visit their own households with multiplied intensity. You must understand that your role in this divine drama is not passive. While heaven fights on your behalf, you must position yourself correctly to receive the full benefit of this intervention. This means making difficult decisions about relationships that have become toxic. It means walking away from situations that compromise your spiritual authority. It means choosing the discomfort of truth over the false comfort of maintained illusions. The false brother in your life has already begun to sense that his deception is failing. You may notice increased attempts to reinforce his position, excessive demonstrations of loyalty, or unusual interest in your plans and activities. These are the desperate moves of someone who feels their control slipping away. Do not be moved by sudden displays of affection or unexpected generosity. These are calculated moves designed to cloud your judgment at the critical moment of revelation. Similarly, the woman who has worked against you will likely intensify her efforts to appear supportive and trustworthy. She senses the shift in spiritual atmosphere and attempts to position herself favorably before the exposure comes. Do not be deceived by this last-minute performance. The protection that surrounds you is multi-layered and sophisticated beyond human comprehension. Physical protection keeps you from bodily harm. Emotional protection prevents the full impact of betrayal from destroying your capacity to trust. Spiritual protection ensures that your purpose and calling remain intact despite attempts to derail them. Financial protection preserves your resources even as enemies attempt to access or destroy them. Relational protection ensures that genuine connections remain while false ones are severed. The next 2 days will require unusual vigilance on your part. You must pay attention to seemingly random encounters, unexpected communications, and sudden changes in behavior from those around you. Heaven will provide confirmation through multiple channels to ensure you cannot miss or misinterpret what is being revealed. The truth will be so clear, so undeniable, that even your tendency to give others the benefit of the doubt will not be able to explain away what you witness. There are documents that exist, whether physical or digital, that contain evidence of the conspiracy against you. These may be emails, text messages, written agreements, or recorded conversations. The divine hand is already moving to ensure these come to light at the perfect moment for maximum impact and minimum harm to you. Those who thought they had covered their tracks will discover that nothing can be hidden from the one who sees all. Your response to these revelations will determine much about your future trajectory. If you respond with wisdom and measured action, doors will open that have been closed for years. If you allow emotions to drive you to extremes, you may forfeit opportunities for divine positioning. The goal is not revenge, but repositioning, not retaliation, but revelation, not destruction, but deliverance. Heaven has already planned the perfect response, and your job is to align with that plan. The financial attacks that have been planned against you will not succeed. Every attempt to undermine your economic stability will backfire on those who initiate it. Resources that seem to be drying up will suddenly flow again. Income streams that appeared blocked will open with surprising force. The economic weapons formed against you will not prosper, and those who thought to profit from your loss will find themselves experiencing the poverty they wished upon you. Your health and vitality have also been under assault, though this has been more subtle than other attacks. The stress of carrying hidden burdens, the drain of maintaining relationships with secret enemies, the spiritual poison of being in contaminated environments, all of these have taken their toll. But divine restoration is already beginning. You will feel strength returning, clarity increasing, and energy being renewed. The fog of confusion will lift, and mental sharpness will return. The isolation you have felt was partially engineered by those who wanted to separate you from genuine support systems. They understood that isolated prey is easier to destroy, so they worked to create distance between you and those who truly care for your well-being. But this isolation is ending. New alliances are forming, genuine relationships are being established, and a support network that cannot be corrupted is being put in place around you. There are specific locations you frequent where negative plans have been discussed and spiritual contamination has accumulated. You may have noticed feeling drained after visiting certain places or experiencing unusual spiritual oppression in particular environments. These are not imaginary sensations, but genuine spiritual realities. Part of your protection going forward will involve changing your patterns, avoiding certain locations, and being selective about where you invest your presence. The technology around you may behave unusually during these 2 days. Phones may reveal messages not meant for your eyes. Computers may display information that confirms your suspicions. Security cameras may capture evidence of betrayal. Social media may expose connections you are not aware existed. This is not coincidence, but divine intervention using the very tools your enemies thought protected their secrets. Prayer has been your greatest weapon throughout this battle, even when you did not fully understand what you were fighting against. Every prayer has been heard, every tear has been counted, every cry for help has mobilized heavenly resources. The answers to prayers you thought went unheard are about to manifest in rapid succession. What seemed like divine delay was actually perfect timing, allowing all pieces to be positioned for maximum impact. The spiritual gifts within you that have seemed dormant are about to activate with new intensity. Discernment will sharpen to levels you have never experienced. Intuition will become so accurate it will seem like prophetic insight. Dreams will carry clear messages rather than symbolic puzzles. Your ability to sense the true nature of people and situations will increase dramatically. These gifts are being activated because you will need them for the season you are entering. The false brother who has betrayed you carries his own wounds and brokenness that led him down this path. Perhaps jealousy consumed him, or fear of your success triggered his insecurity. Maybe past disappointments twisted his heart until betrayal seemed justified. Understanding his motivation does not excuse his actions, but it helps you release any responsibility you might feel for his choices. His betrayal is about his character, not your trustworthiness. The woman who has conspired against you also operates from a place of deep personal dysfunction. Her attacks against you are projections of her own self-hatred. Her lies about you reveal her own dishonesty. Her attempts to destroy you mirror her own internal destruction. Recognizing this helps you understand that this battle was never really about you, but about the darkness within her that cannot tolerate the light you carry. Divine justice operates on a timeline that often seems slow to human perception, but is actually perfectly calibrated for maximum effectiveness. Every delay has allowed more evidence to accumulate. Every moment of apparent inaction has permitted your enemies to reveal more of their true nature. Every day that passed without intervention has increased the scope of the justice that will now be dispensed. The wait has not been in vain, but has served to ensure complete victory rather than partial resolution. The company of heaven watches with intense interest as these events unfold. Your situation has implications beyond your personal life, affecting spiritual territories and kingdom advances you are not yet aware of. The victory being secured is not just for you, but for others who will be freed by your testimony. The breakthrough approaching will create a pathway for others facing similar battles. Your deliverance will become a template for divine intervention in seemingly impossible situations. There are prayers being offered for you by people you have never met, intercessors who have been awakened in the night with your situation on their hearts. Heaven has mobilized a prayer network you knew nothing about, creating a shield of intercession that has protected you from attacks you never knew were launched. This network will be revealed to you in time, and you will be amazed at how heaven orchestrated your protection through strangers who became spiritual family. The restoration that follows this revelation will exceed what was lost, not just a return to previous conditions, but an elevation to levels you have not yet experienced. Relationships will be deeper and more authentic. Resources will be more abundant and more stable. Influence will be broader and more impactful. Purpose will be clearer and more achievable. What the enemy meant to use to destroy you will become the very catalyst for your promotion. The changes coming extend beyond personal vindication to systemic transformation. The structures that enabled betrayal will be dismantled. The systems that protected deception will be exposed. The networks that facilitated conspiracy will be scattered. This is not just about your individual situation, but about establishing new precedents for divine justice in your sphere of influence. Others who have suffered similar betrayals will find hope and healing through your victory. There are witnesses being positioned who will validate your experiences when the time comes for public vindication. These are people who saw things but did not speak, who knew truths but remained silent, who possessed evidence but withheld it. The same divine power that exposes your enemies will also embolden these witnesses to step forward. Their testimony will provide independent confirmation of what heaven reveals, making denial impossible for those who have worked against you. The economic implications of this divine intervention extend beyond personal provision. Business opportunities that were blocked will suddenly materialize. Investment possibilities that seemed out of reach will present themselves. Creative ideas that were suppressed will flow freely. Innovation that was stifled will burst forth. A financial breakthrough approaching is not just restoration of losses, but multiplication of resources for greater kingdom impact. Your family dynamics will also shift as a result of these revelations. Some relationships that seemed permanently damaged will experience healing. Others that appeared strong will reveal their true fragility. Children will see truth that was hidden from them. Extended family will understand situations that confused them. The family restructuring that follows will be painful initially, but ultimately produces healthier, more authentic connections. The professional ramifications of this exposure will reverberate through your career path. Colleagues who undermined you will be revealed. Superiors who overlooked you will suddenly see your value. Opportunities that were denied will be offered with apology. Positions that seemed unattainable will become available. Your professional trajectory is about to experience a dramatic upward shift that compensates for years of suppression. As these two critical days unfold, maintain an attitude of expectant observation. Do not panic when truth begins to surface. Do not be overwhelmed when masks begin to fall. Do not retreat when confrontation becomes necessary. Stand firm in the knowledge that heaven fights for you, truth vindicates you, and destiny awaits you on the other side of this revelation. The scroll that Archangel Michael carries contains not just names of enemies, but also names of allies you have not yet recognized. People who have been positioned to help you are about to reveal themselves. Resources that have been held in reserve are about to be released. Opportunities that seemed impossible are about to become inevitable. The same divine hand that exposes your enemies also positions your allies. Let this message penetrate deeply into your consciousness. Let it activate the warrior within you who has been dormant too long. Let it awaken the understanding that you are not a victim, but a victor temporarily experiencing battle. Let it remind you that heaven has invested too much in you to allow earthly conspiracies to prevail. You are protected, you are provided for, you are positioned for triumph. The countdown continues with relentless precision. 2 days remain before everything changes. 2 days before truth triumphs over deception. 2 days before light banishes darkness from your situation. 2 days before divine justice renders its verdict. 2 days before your life shifts into the alignment it was always meant to have. Be ready, be watchful, be confident. Heaven has spoken, and when heaven speaks, earth must respond. The moment of your deliverance is at hand.